James 1 is James the Wine Guy. Stay tuned for video number 1800. It's a great privilege to be here to talk about my 1,800th video. And in some ways I think, how did I get here? This is really quick. In other ways, no, it wasn't really quick. It was, you do one video at a time. And just happens to get up to number 1800. And that is something that I think to myself, wow, that did take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of learning along the way, of course, and also being comfortable with doing the video format. And I do have people say to me, I would love to do videos, but I don't think I have the personality for it. And I think at that point, either you can question that and give it a try, and if it's not you, it's not you. But I think a lot of people, by that, viewpoint, it's almost like, well, you're setting yourself up for not a good video format. I think you have to be confident. Doesn't mean you have to be overly confident, but it means to have a sense of voice, a sense of confidence that I can do this, and that I do have a message that might be different from someone else. Now, wine videos are something that I find to be completely fascinating. First of all, the subject matter is completely complex. There are over 10,300 varieties, cultivars, and there are just only a certain number that I just really don't care for at all. Now, I don't highlight that here. I may or may not answer that question in the future. I'm not really certain about that. I have to think about it. But I think what it has to do with is the very fact that I'm very open to many wine varieties, and this is one of the Q&A that somebody's asking on my YouTube channel. Now, I followed my other YouTubers that I like to watch, and they do their Q&As. I think it's really important to do a Q&A. Now, I don't get a ton of questions, but to do it in this format, it's really important because this way, that one particular question or questions are not encapsulated in 1 or 2 videos or 3 videos or 10 videos. It's actually brought forth in a video itself. Now, one of the questions was, what is your favorite varieties? And it's also very mood dependent. It depends on what I'm enjoying, the time of year. Maybe I've had so many Pinot Noir. It's really not Pinot Noir at that moment, but it's really Grenache. And that really moves back and forth. But that's a great thing because I don't want to be in just one camp. There's just too many different varieties. Again, over 10,300 to enjoy. And so for me, it's really that point of where I do find some to be very, very, very compelling. And the red triad wines are those that just pull me like a chain around my neck to keep me going forward and moving towards those wine varieties. That's Grenache, Nebbiolo, and Pinot Noir. And just when I think I've had enough, I don't. I come back to them, and it's really that great welcoming experience of these beautiful varieties and the many variations you find across the planet. So, I also had another question was, what is the most overrated wines you've tasted? That is those wines that are really well known, yet are just really mediocre. And, believe it or not, I have not tasted every single marquee wine. But I would say this, there are many wines that people hold behind for a very, very long time because I think that notion is still out there. Just, continue to vintage that, sit on it, and see how it tastes later. And, the idea is that the older it gets, the better it gets. Well, that's not necessarily true. So there are 2 vintages of Georges de la Tour and 1977-78 Magnums that I had tasted. And it was a friend of mine who was going away, and it was a really nice touch. I'm not going to bring that down, but I think those wines had seen better days, and they should have been enjoyed maybe even 15 to 20 years after purchase versus at that period of time. They didn't last. There were people around that were just, this is so amazing. And I'm like, no, this is not what amazing wine tastes like. And that's really unfortunate. So the other part of me was like, I didn't say anything to the people around because I don't want to hurt any feelings. And but for me, that was, I just had a sip and I was done. And I knew where the better wine was, and I went for that instead. But I think those are great questions to, keep asking me questions, please. I'll keep answering in this format as well. So one comment that someone made to me was, potentially I drink too much. And I don't think they meant it in a mean way. I think it was more like, wow, you're drinking a lot of spirits and you know, so many videos. But ultimately, I think most people would be surprised that on a daily basis, I drink maybe a glass of wine, maybe. And maybe on the weekends, maybe a Friday or Saturday night, I get really wild and I have 2 glasses of wine, or maybe I have a spirit. So I want to show you 2 spirits that I've had for a year. So Aviation Gin and Woodford Reserve. I've had these for a year, and look how much I've tasted. Very, very little. I don't drink a lot of spirits. I enjoy them, and maybe I have a cocktail maybe once a month. But you know, I don't really. I can't. If I drank all that I had available to me, I wouldn't be able to function or work. Instead, I've got a lot of work to do, so you know, I've got to tame it down a bit. So I've done many incremental improvements along the way. Doesn't mean I don't have more to go. I do. Everyone does in the video world. So better lighting, logo, intro, outro, music, and so forth, and trying to adjust the volume as well. Again, another important thing to do. So thank you so much for watching today. Please do me a favor, give a like, share this video, and subscribe to my wine channel. Also, do me a favor and you know, leave questions and comments down below, and you'll find me on many social media. So if you're not commenting on YouTube, that's fine. You'll find me on Twitter, Facebook, Vimeo, Google+. You'll find me on WordPress and Instagram. Thank you again for watching today, and stay tuned for more. Salud.